So I've been meaning to do a channel update for a really long time, and I don't know, I just haven't done it. There's a lot of reasons. I'm sure you've noticed over the past few months that videos haven't been coming out like they had been earlier in the year and even into midsummer or so. And I'd said at the beginning of the year my goal was to do a tie-dye video every week and then a project video of some type, pen, woodworking, anything, once a week as well, or at least every other week. And that worked pretty well for the first part of the year, and then it kind of dropped off, and we are where we are right now. So, haven't done an update on why everything was being delayed and why I wasn't getting things out like I'd planned on. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So I'm sorry about not keeping up with things and getting things out like I had planned on doing. So back in May, my dad was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and the outlook was not good at all, and things moved fast from there. I went ahead and picked up doing the pens and some other woodworking stuff about June or so, trying to get going in that, since he's been doing that for, oh man, 5 to 10 years, and he had asked several times if I wanted to do it, and I was more focused on trying to get the photography going, and I had a lot of really busy days with photography, because that is my primary job, my day job, whatever you want to call it, and that was keeping me pretty busy. It had slacked off in the past couple of years, especially after the whole cognitive issue thing that happened late in 2018. And I had planned on starting to do some pens and that type of stuff, because I wanted to do the hybrids and a lot of different things, since he had primarily solely did wood with a little bit of brass, that kind of thing. So I was looking forward to doing that, and the cognitive issue happened in late 2018, and I didn't get that going when I had planned on, and it took a lot to try in 2019 to get rolling again, as I'm sure you're aware from my previous video, if you've seen previous channel updates on what's going on in my head. So anyway, with the news of him in May, I felt I really needed to go ahead and push it and get it going, and that's, let's see, in July I bought the metal lathe, which I think have at least a couple of ring videos out there using this. And then I went ahead and bought a really small, compact wood lathe, primarily made for pens, in July? August, late July, August, somewhere in that period of time, to start trying to get those going, so that I could get any advice or hints, feedback, primarily feedback, from my dad before things started going really downhill. And all I can really say is I should have done it sooner. And I'm sure if you've ever been in a similar situation, you know where I'm coming from. I'm going to try to continue talking and see if I can get this all out. So I went with the small little lathe, so that my 13-year-old at the time, I would feel comfortable with him doing it and not have to worry about too much torque and pulling the tools out of his hands. And he started doing it as well, and we started taking pens over to my dad to show him every week or so, and to get feedback. And he's one of those that's going to be polite about it, but he's going to tell you what he actually thinks. And yeah, obviously the first few we did weren't really all that, and he let us know what we should be doing, what kind of changes we needed to make, how to improve the finish, all that kind of stuff. And so we continued doing that week for week until he started getting much worse. And that was about the time that I had started keying in on my own way of doing the pins, my own methods of finish, starting to do segments and adding different things to it. And I just started on that when things really went downhill. And I know it's really bad that I'm about to say what I'm going to say, because I honestly can't remember if he passed in late September or October. And again, it's that cognitive thing and trying to keep track of time periods. It doesn't work well anymore for time periods. But he passed away in late September, early October. The last week was really, really rough. So since that point in time, and even during that time, I haven't really had the desire to produce any videos. And there's a lot of reasons. I mean, again, that isn't functioning like it used to. I don't have, how do I say this? I'm trying to do this in one take without any cuts, just to get it done. So if this is long, I apologize. I could go to him and show what I was making anytime, and it would turn into a friendly competition. He would do something and show me, and he would come over to the house and go, "Hey, look what..." He wouldn't even come over and say, "Hey, look what I did." He'd talk normally and then go, pull it out of his pocket and go, "Look what I did." And it was fun because there was competition, and competition is good because it allows you to go somewhere where you wouldn't normally go and try things that you wouldn't normally do, to better yourself, to show somebody else, and then they can take what you learned and go from there. And that's gone. And there is no way to make that come back. So my son and I do some competitions. I mean, I show him what I make and he shows me, and there's some things he does better than I do. I mean, it's what it is. And I'm not upset about it, because, I mean, that's awesome that a now 14-year-old can pick up on something and do something to the level that he does it. But he misses it as well, being able to go and go, "Look what I made." So I just haven't been in the state of mind to do the videos. I've burned through all but two, I think. I think there's two left. Videos that were prepped ahead of time. If you've seen previous update videos, you know that I try my best to batch up at least a dozen tie-dyes, just in case something happens, and it's primarily my brain not functioning properly or other medical issues, so that I have them and I can drop them out. And, you know, a 3-month buffer is pretty good. I mean, you don't really plan beyond that to have to be prepared. And then I had other videos of rings, primarily rings, the bentwood rings and a few of the inlaid rings, that kind of thing, all prepped up, and I've been slowly dropping those out, so that I just don't disappear from YouTube for 6 months, because we all know that won't work well with their AI and search rating and all that mess. So I'm getting to the point where I have to release something. I have to start doing videos again. And in all honesty, it's been really nice. If I feel like making something, I can come out here and I can make it. I've been making a lot of things. Okay, maybe not a lot of things. I've been making quite a few things for friends that have been helping out over the past almost year and a half because of, again, my brain, and making things primarily that fits them. If I see something or come up with something that is them, I'm trying to do it, give it to them as a thank you for everything they've been doing. And I don't feel like making videos for those projects is really the right thing to do, because to me it comes across as I'm doing it for attention, or I'm doing it for internet clicks or karma or any of that kind of stuff. And it's not for that. To me, doing videos of that kind of stuff negates the action of just trying to say thank you. Between November and December, my son and I were doing, well, October probably too, we were doing a lot of pins, keychains, that kind of thing. Doing a couple of craft shows and selling all the pins on Etsy, that kind of thing, and locally. And that actually worked pretty well for the period of time we had been doing it. So up through that time it was really good. And then, Christmas didn't feel like Christmas. And I don't feel it's just because of my dad passing away. I think it has a lot to do with the whole concept of time not functioning real well in my brain anymore. And the two together really made Christmas basically non-existent in my mind. You kind of go through the motions and it is what it is. It just didn't feel right. So since then I've been kind of taking a break. I think I've made 2 pins since Christmas. So I'm filming this at 1 a.m. on the 15th, I think, or 16th, one of those, of January. So it's been almost, 3 weeks, and I haven't really done much of anything. I've done a few hybrid blanks. If you don't know what that is, it's basically resin and wood, possibly some other things I've been messing around with idea-wise. I've been doing those to kind of prep for whenever I'm ready to actually start doing things again, and getting a few other things ready. I have a lot of ideas as far as the tie-dye, the pins, a lot of things that I've actually looked and can't find anyone else having done, or at least a video of it. So the ideas are in here, and I'm writing them down. It's just a matter of getting together the energy, desire, giving a crap, whatever you want to call it, of actually following through and doing videos, because it's not the same as just doing it, as I'm sure you probably know. So that's where we are right now. Like I said, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. All my family's asleep, and I decided I really can't delay doing this video any longer. I've got to say something, because a lot of people are asking, not just in the comments, but sending me messages as well, contacting me on Facebook and everything, going, hey, is something bad going on? What's going on? Why haven't you done videos? Hey, just let us know what's going on. So I'm letting you know what's going on right now. So I guess that's all for now. I'm going to try my best to start producing some more videos and getting those out there. I don't know about the tie-dye. Tie-dye, I'm thinking it's probably going to be February or March, to be quite honest. I have ideas, but I need to get back into the right frame of mind to work on those, because it's a different type of work. I'm going to try and start doing some videos of some interesting hybrid ideas for blanks that people can use for pens, or see, this is where my brain's beginning to shut down. Yeah, pens or other things. Start going over those and show how I do it. It's not necessarily the same as how other people do it, but that's pretty much the case with everything with me. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you have any suggestions on something you'd like to see me make, or do, or tie-dye or anything, any ideas you'd like me to try and start with, maybe it can get me going in the right direction to start doing it, versus the ideas that I've had sitting there for a while, I'd appreciate it. I look forward to hearing any feedback, preferably positive feedback. I guess that's it. Yes, I'm aware I've said I don't know how many hundreds of times during this video. I look forward to making more videos in 2020. As soon as I get started, I'm sure they'll start rolling out pretty quick, as I generally do up to 4 tie-dye videos at the same time, to get all those batched up. And then once I start that, do that once, I'm good for a month, and then we can go from there. So thank you for watching. Thank you for asking about how things are going. And hopefully see you next week. Well, I won't see you. Hopefully you'll see me next week with the video. It might be a really old one. It was done back in June. But hopefully some kind of video next week. So thanks, and see you later.